Dr. Pepper.
What do you think?
I'm just making sure that I...
Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is just the backing of the injector. Okay, so we peel that off. There's a little lip right here, so you're just going to push up on that lip, and it's going to open it up. Okay, then you're going to take your tubing, and you're going to detach your tubing. It just pushes down to unlock it, to release it, and then just unravel. Okay, and you want to be really careful, because when you get to the end, you can accidentally pull this whole thing out, and then it won't work. So, we're at the end. Now what we're going to do is take our lid. Do we have our black lid? Oh, you got it. Do you want to do me a favor? Put this, turn it around, and we're going to put this through the top. There it is. Okay, perfect. Now, we're going to take the lid off of there, and we're going to screw that adapter on.
Okay.
Yeah, good job. Now you're going to go to your prime and rewind screen.
Okay.
And you're going to go up to load cartridge, because that's the next thing to check off. Say OK. And it's going to tell you load G100 cartridge, attach cap. So you're going to drop and lock.
And it doesn't matter how that goes in, it just drops in. Okay.
Yeah.
And then just screw that down.
Okay. Good. Now you're going to continue. Now it's loading, so it's going to find that cartridge. So once it finds it, it'll stop.
Okay. That piston.
Yeah. And then after that, then you're going to prime. And prime is filling this line, just to make sure that, because if you don't, you won't get any insulin for a long time.
Right. How long does this usually take you?
Not very long. I mean, I actually fill a couple of cartridges, and then I put them in the refrigerator, and then I, come in, take the old one out, put the new one in, do the rewind, put the new one in, load. So when you get it down, it's
okay.
fast.
It is disconnected,
Yeah.
so continue.
Yeah. Now you're going to, it says to prime, you're going to press and hold the OK button while priming. So while you're priming, what I like to do is hold it up like this. That way, if there's any air in that cartridge, it'll get pushed out. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to press and hold OK until you see a drip of insulin come out of here. Because what you're doing is you're priming your line.
There we go.
Okay. And that took 15 units. So at least 15 units in that line.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a little less because he had a couple of drips. But just so you know, if you're trying to figure out what he needs for 3 days, always make sure, you have a one-time prime of 15. I always say 15 units. Okay? So, does that make sense?
A one-time prime.
So you have to make sure there's at least enough to prime it,
Okay.
in addition to whatever you're giving him for the day.
Right.
Or 3 days.
Right. Okay. The last thing is to fill the cannula, and remember that sheet of paper that I gave you that had said 6 millimeters, 0.3. Okay, that's after we get it into his body. So the next step is to get his area cleaned, and then get this into him. So where do we want to put this? In your tummy?
Is that? Do you like? What do you recommend?
You know, I always recommend anywhere you can give a shot.
He actually.
So we never give him shots in his belly. We usually do them in his arms or in his bottom because he's a skinny little chap.
Yeah? Can I see your tummy? Okay. And you know what? Everyone is so different, especially with little people, because their skin is already tight.